Assalamu alaikum, which simply means peace be unto you. I am Sister Victoria, also known as Black Honesty, and welcome to Let's Talk About It with Black Honesty. Me. So tonight we are doing a special show about holistic wellness. And the name and topic of this show is the mind and body connection. So, I want to start off with something that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us through the honorable minister Louis Farrakhan. And that's that we can get sicker by thinking the wrong thoughts faster than eating the wrong foods. So just think about that for a minute. What are our thoughts like? Are we experiencing stress? Because stress is definitely a number one killer if you really look at it, because it exacerbates whatever condition that a person might have. Say, for instance, like myself, I was diagnosed with lupus. And one of the things that causes lupus flares is stress. And then some of us are dealing with high blood pressure. And one of the things that also causes high blood pressure is what? Stress. Okay. Um, so we want to get right on into it. One of the things that inspired me to get into the journey of holistic wellness is that was about 20 years ago. And thank you all for joining in. Um, I was sick with strep throat, and my children were too. I had three little children at the time, and that strep throat just went through the whole family. So now I didn't have insurance at the time, and I knew that I needed to get me and my family healed quickly. So I prayed and I asked Allah to give me some information, something that I can start on to get started with healing my family. So I actually put together a remedy called Seven Heaven, and it consists of different things that work on like natural antibiotics. And the doctors were saying that, oh, you can't cure strep throat that way. You have to have antibiotics. And so, anyways, to make a longer story short, I used the remedy that I put together and was able to cure me and my family of strep throat. And I started feeling a difference within like 30 minutes. Same thing with my children. And my children were like, Mom, you're the best doctor. They was feeling so good. And, I felt so bad just seeing everybody in pain with, sore throats and just feeling bad. And I said, I've got to do something. And so I've always believed that there was healing in the earth. So I went to the earth for healing, and it worked. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. That's one of the things that inspired me to get into holistic wellness. Um, when you look at holistic medicine versus Western medicine, okay, holistic medicine gets to the actual root of the problem. What is the cause of the headache, or what is the cause of the blood pressure going up? What is the cause of the lupus, or rheumatoid arthritis? We have to get to the root of it, because oftentimes in Western medicine, they'll just give you something to work on the symptoms. Okay. And so once you take that medicine to work on those symptoms, oftentimes another issue in the body where there's something else to work on. So it's like a cycle. And before you know it, you have a bunch of prescriptions, in your hand. And you're like, okay, I've got to take these things every day for the rest of my life. That's kind of depressing. So when you look at holistic medicine, it gets to the root of whatever the issue is so that you can actually be cured. Now, in Western medicine, they say that there's no cure for different diseases. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is. There is not a disease known to man that the earth does not have a cure. So we're going to go deeper into that in the show. And I'm going to also show you some of the different herbs and supplements that you have in your homes. Some that are right in your kitchen cabinet. They can actually help you manage inflammation, just take a natural approach at dealing with whatever you're dealing with in your body, because the root of all disease, we're dealing with some type of inflammation. There's something going on in the stomach, and we have to get to the root of it and understand how to eat to live, because many of us are eating the foods that are causing us to stay sick. So nutrition is very, very important when it comes to health and wellness. So we have to look at, what are we eating on a daily basis? Are we eating a lot of fried food? Are we eating a lot of sweets? How much vegetables are we getting? How much fruit are we getting? Are we eating organic? You know, and then do you know that it's really organic that you're eating? Because now they're saying that these fruits and vegetables are organic, and it's clear that they're not, because I'm like, how could it be organic when there's no seeds? I can't even reproduce this particular fruit or vegetable. So there's no way that it could be organic. So, they're lying to us. So we do have to do our own research, so that we can know what we're actually putting into our bodies. So nutrition is very, very important. Some of us are eating one meal a day. So if you can eat one meal a day, this will allow your body the time that it takes to break down the food that you've been eating, so that you can digest that food. It gives your body some time so that it can focus on healing your body. But so if you're eating all day long, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then snacks in between, you're not letting your digestive system have a break. So now your digestive system is overworking itself, and no wonder that you're sick, because now all of the energy that your body is using to break down the food that you're constantly eating, you don't have a lot of energy to heal your body. So when you do a fast, you're eating one meal a day, you give your body the time that it needs to start focusing on healing your cells, healing the tissues in your body. And so this is very important, to eat one meal a day. And there is a book that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, that he wrote, is called How to Eat to Live. Okay. There's a part one and part two of How to Eat to Live. So we're not just eating to enjoy food, we're actually eating to live. That doesn't mean you can enjoy your food, so you can cook to enjoy your food. However, the main thing that's important is to eat to live. So that one meal a day is going to do you tremendously when it comes down to your health and healing your body. Some people are eating one meal every other day. I know some people that eat one meal every 2 days. You're not going to die, by fasting. In the Nation of Islam, we fast the first 3 days of the month. Okay. So I personally, I'm unable to fast because of my health condition. However, when I was fasting, it was such a wonderful experience, because I was benefiting in the way of energy, mental clarity. The healing of the body is so great when you're fasting. So fasting is very, very important. Let's talk about energy healing. So energy healing is very good as well. One of the things that I like to do when I'm experiencing pain is I'll pull out a tuning fork, and I should have one out here to show you all, inshallah next time. But basically, the tuning fork, it sends a level of vibration into your body in the area where the pain is, and it actually removes that pain and inflammation. And even if you have swelling, I've used it and it works wonders. So you take notes, look up tuning fork. You can Google it and begin to learn the benefits that it does to the body when you're in pain. Tuning forks are very good. Reiki is good. Sister Dr. Ali, she actually teaches a Reiki class. So after the show, I'm going to put in the comments her information so that you all can reach out to her, because she has a dynamic, class. She's a beautiful sister, and trust me, you'll thank me later. So after the show, I'll go ahead and put her information in so that we can all begin to learn Reiki, which is a energy healing. That's very, very important. There are misconceptions about holistic medicine. Some people say, oh, it doesn't work, and all of this and then the other. And you're not a doctor, so don't doctor on your body, and but we all have to take a focus on tuning in to our bodies and what our bodies need and what our bodies are telling us, because we'll get certain symptoms that will let us know that, okay, there's a problem, here. Maybe it might be a headache, to say that, hey, you need to drink more water, because that's one of the first things that take place when we start getting dehydrated. We get a headache, right? So then that's our cue to say, okay, let's start drinking more water. And we should be drinking 2 liters of water, especially if you're trying to flush your system and you're trying to detox and heal your body. We should be drinking 2 liters of water a day. Okay, 2 liters. But for the most part, if you're just, maintaining good health, I would say, just under maybe 1.5 liter a day, so you don't have to drink a whole bunch of water all day. Like they say, 8 glasses of water a day. That's if you're eating a lot of food a day. But if you're eating that 1 meal a day, you don't have to drink as much water to stay hydrated. But 1.5 liter is suffice. Um, I think it's a great idea to take holistic wellness into your hands. And that means being wise about it. So there are times when you need to go to the doctor and get tests done so that you can know exactly what's happening with your blood. What are your levels? Are you deficient in any vitamins or minerals? When you do that, you can know what's going on. That does not necessarily mean that you have to take medicine that the doctor is prescribing. You have to actually, think about that and make a decision for yourself. Make an informative decision and a wise decision. One of the things I never recommend just going and taking high blood pressure medicine. And the reason for that, and you do what you want to do, but I'm giving you this, what I'm sharing with you, what I wouldn't do. Because when you take certain medicines, it kind of puts your body in a position where you become dependent on these medicines. So if you can try the natural approach first, you'll begin to see if effects of the benefits. And sometimes they're really, really fast, where you'll realize that I didn't even need that Western medicine in the first place. So one of the things that I like to use, and I'm going to share this with y'all. This is called Hawthorne. Okay. So when you're dealing with, there we go. When you're dealing with high blood pressure, and you might even be having some chest pain. Okay. Hawthorne is really good for the heart. It actually helps to relieve chest pain, and it brings the blood pressure down. And it kind of puts you in a calming state as well. So this is one of the things, again, Hawthorne is what I like to use for high blood pressure. That's really good. Another thing that's even better, okay, for high blood pressure. And remember, like, everybody's body is not the same. But this works for me. Okay. So this actually brings the blood pressure down, calms the body, and it helps with anxiety as well. So if you're feeling anxious, your pulse rate is up, blood pressure up, chloroxygen is really, really good for calming the body and calming your nervous system, putting oxygen into your blood cells so that you actually feel it. When I take this stuff, I'll be like, wow. And a lot of athletic people take chloroxygen to help them with their workouts and everything. And so this is something, again, I'm going to show you this again. This is really good. It's excellent for bringing the blood pressure down and, just, helping a person that's dealing with anxiety, So these are really good supplements here. And I'm going to go into some more a little later on, because we're going to talk about inflammation. Okay. Because the root of diseases, a lot of them, or actually all of them, there's a level of inflammation that you're dealing with that causes the pain, that causes blockages, all types of stuff. So we want to deal with that. So lupus, we're going to talk about autoimmune disease. So lupus, I was diagnosed with lupus about 11 years ago, and they call it the disease of many faces. And the reason why it's called the disease of many faces is because it takes on, different symptoms in your body. And it's hard to even diagnose, because it may look like this, it may look like that. And it just, it's one of those type of autoimmune diseases that is really hard on the body, the mind, the spirit as well, when you really look at it. However, understand that there is a cure for lupus as well, and you can manage it and you can get your life back. When I first got diagnosed, I didn't know really too much about it. I didn't know what to do, but I was grateful to learn what was going on so that I could take a holistic approach. And so I began to take a holistic approach, and I got my life back. I was bedridden for a whole year at first. And that was hard. That was really, really hard. However, I was determined, and I had a lot of faith as well that I would get better. So I started doing the things that was necessary for me to get better. One, we've got to pray, talk to the God. I don't care what, your religious, background is, your faith. You got to know that there is a God, and he is in control, and he can heal the body, the mind, the spirit. So we have to talk to the God. If you don't have a relationship with him today, then build that personal relationship with God so that you can be able to tune in when he's giving you messages, so that you can be able to go to him, when you need answers, when you need healing, and just, to even thank him, for the blessings that we have every day. Gratitude is also healing. There's so much healing in gratitude. Just getting up and just knowing that, look, I got up this morning, just being able to breathe, being able to, see, being able to touch, to smell. These are the things that make us grateful, and it helps us to even heal, because the scripture says if we be grateful over little, God will bless us with much, right? So that's how we get those blessings. And so that's one of the things that I began to implement. I prayed more, and I started doing the things that I needed to do to heal my body. I started learning what I needed to stay away from. So one of the things when you're dealing with autoimmune disease, you want to stay away from sugar. Okay, sugar is definitely something that causes flares. A lot of starches, stuff like that, you have to get rid of. Is really no good for you. So you want to do juicing. Juicing is really good. Just having those natural juices. The beet juice is really good for circulation. So if you're dealing with high blood pressure again, and many of us are dealing with high blood pressure. So I always like to go back to that, because they say that high blood pressure is a silent killer. And a lot of Black people are dealing with high blood pressure issues. So we want to definitely, start really taking control of our blood pressure. We need to be checking it, every so often. Know what your numbers are. Don't wait to go to the doctor, to visit and see and find out that you have high blood pressure. Just get a pressure machine and check yourself every now and then to see where you are. So, working out, doing some type of exercise is very important. Now, I want to say this: when you're dealing with autoimmune disease, sometimes too much exercise can cause you to go into a flare. So you have to be very careful about that. One of the exercises that I like to do is yoga, because yoga is not strenuous on the body. And, it really, really works on the mind, body, and the spirit. So, definitely try some yoga and let me know how that works for you. Um, Again, high blood pressure is a silent killer. So we want to make sure that we know our blood pressure levels, know that we can bring them down. If you wind up having high blood pressure, don't freak out, because a lot of people have it. And so, again, sometimes it's just stress. Sometimes you've gone through a stressful ordeal in your life, and your pressure may shoot up. So then you have to understand how important it is to meditate. Meditation is key. So you want to meditate at least 9 minutes. Okay, you want to have a meditation session that's at least 9 minutes. And the reason why I say that is it takes close to 9 minutes for the blood to go from your head to your feet back to the top of your head. And so water has memory. 75% of our body is water. And so when you speak words of healing and affirmation while you're meditating, your cells are getting that information. They are receiving. So you want to continue your meditation, and your meditation should be at least 9 minutes long to reap the best benefit of meditation. Now, I do have a guided meditation on YouTube. You can go to Guided Healing Meditation, and that's through my NutriBest Wellness. So that's NutriBest Wellness Guided Healing Meditation, and that's like a 10-minute meditation. You can use it tonight to help you, get calm and relax for bed, to program your mind and your spirit for healing, affirmations. All of that is really nice. And I also put the link in the comments as well for you all to go back and take a look at it, later. So we want to understand that autoimmune disease, they say there's no cure for it, but it is. So you have to understand that the body has a natural ability to cure itself if you put the right things in your body and you think the right thoughts for your body. You can actually heal your body. I mean, it's all over. You can do some studies, and research even shows how important it is to, just speak, goodwill to each other, speak life to each other, pour into each other. It's even very important to receive hugs and give hugs. What is it? I think it's a 15-second hug can do tremendous things for the body. So husbands and wives, don't forget to hug each other. Don't forget to kiss each other. There's healing in those acts of love towards one another. And your children, don't forget to hug them. Tell them you love them, because there's healing in that. So we'll go deeper into that on a later date. However, I just wanted to share that with you. The gut health is so important. So probiotics is something that we all should be taking. The gut health, they say that that's the second brain. So a lot of times, I don't know if you've ever experienced it, but you ever been through some type of stress, and then your stomach start hurting. Oftentimes that's what lets you know that that's stress that you're dealing with, and your stomach responds to it. Your stomach responds to your thoughts. So you want to definitely eat foods that are good, and that have probiotics, because probiotics will help you balance the good and the bad bacteria in the stomach, and will help you with your digestion. So you want to make sure that you're able to eliminate, if you're constipated, that's not a good sign, because you want to be able to eliminate toxins out of your body every day. And if you're not doing that, you definitely need to get on a good probiotic. Okay. And there's so many of them out there. I told you that I was going to show you some of the things that, are good, that's right in our kitchen cabinets, that help us with maintaining good health. Now, because I deal with autoimmune disease, that means that I'm dealing with keeping my inflammation levels under control. So one of the things that's really good for lowering inflammation in the body is ginger. Okay, ginger is amazing at lowering inflammation in the body. It's alkaline, and it's a very, very, very powerful root. And so you can use it in powder form, like this right here. I think I got this from Walmart. It's an organic ginger powder. And so, and if I start feeling like, like a headache, or I feel, pain in my body, I oftentimes use the ginger, and I will mix it with the turmeric, just this simple turmeric right here, organic turmeric. You can just get this at the grocery store. Mix the two of these, a teaspoon of each. And I take that with some water. And when I tell you, if I have a headache if I don't let it get too bad, I'll take that and it'll go away. So just when you start feeling yourself having a headache, don't wait until it turn into a migraine. Go ahead and put it in check. It might just be that you need water. Drink water, get yourself hydrated. However, it's not necessary to always grab a Tylenol or aspirin just because you have a headache. You can actually take and combine the both of these, and it'll knock that headache out. It does it for me when I get headaches. So hopefully it'll do the same for you. Okay, so now this is my baby here I'm about to share with y'all. When COVID-19 came in, and a lot of people were just getting so sick with the COVID, and there was a lot of different herbs and vitamins that people were recommending. I decided to put something together, not only to deal with COVID-19, but to deal with inflammation in the body. This was stuff that I was already taking, and this is a proprietary blend that I put together called Immunovibe. And so this particular herb here, and this is my very own. That's why I say this is my baby, NutriBest Wellness Immunovibe. And so what Immunovibe does is anti-inflammatory, it's antiviral, it's antibacterial, antibiotic, antimicrobial, and anti-parasitic. Okay, and so this particular herb, it has helped me in so many ways to deal with pain, inflammation, and help my immune system. And I was able to sell these bottles. I made like 55 bottles, and I sold out so fast. So thank you everybody who bought Immunovibe from me, and and all of your remarkable testimonies. I appreciate that as well, because I got testimonies that I didn't even know that this supplement actually does. So I will start back. I'm gonna find some company that can actually fill my bottles for me, and then once I get those filled, I'll open it back up to the public so that you all can start ordering again, and that so that y'all can benefit from um, the benefits of Immunovibe. All right. So if you have any questions pertaining to any of the information that I shared tonight, please don't hesitate to put your questions in the comment section, and I will take a look at all of your comments, inshallah, and be able to address them all. Now, if it's something of more of a private nature that you like to ask me about, go into my inbox, or you can put your phone number in there. And if you need a consultation, I'm going to start doing that as well. Because my thing is right now, it's not about really making money. It's really about just serving people. Because sometimes we're not even in a position to, pay. Or maybe I say, if you want to give a donation, you can give a donation. But my spirit just leads me to want to serve and want to help my people. Because right now, there's so much out there, so many people that are sick, and and some of you feel hopeless, and you don't know that there is natural remedies that you can use that can get you right and get your life back. So may you all be blessed. Thank you so much for tuning in to Let's Talk About It with Black Honesty. And next Thursday, I will be doing Thursday Night Live. So we will have some excellent artists on the show, and they are going to be performing, doing their thing. So be on the lookout, 7 o'clock p.m. right here on Facebook Live and YouTube. Let's talk about it with Black Honesty tonight. Well, thank you so much again for, listening in, viewing my show. And I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. God bless you and your families. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.